Hello all, I am Sona and I am a teacher. This tutorial is about Python, a programming language. CBSE has been introduced to this programming language since last year, replacing the old one C++. Now in this tutorial, I am going to talk about Python programming language based on CBSE pattern. This may be beneficial to both class 11 and 12th class students. Why Python? Python is an easy to use language, means it is very programmer friendly high level language. Its syntax are simple, easily understandable. Next, free and open source software. Python is free to download and use from the website python.org, and it is an open source software. Its source code is also available. Python is a cross-platform language, means Python can work very well in different platforms, like in different operating systems, Windows, Macintosh or Linux or any other operating system. And using Python, we can create a variety of applications. Since I said it is a simple syntax language, it is very easy to create applications using Python. Tokens. Tokens are the smallest individual units that makes a program. So a program is made of different units, like there may be words, there may be symbols, there may be special characters, digits. So all these small units that makes a program is called tokens. Tokens are divided into different categories: keywords, operators, identifiers, literals, and punctuators. We will see all this one by one. First of all, keywords. A keyword is a reserved word having a special meaning for the programming language. Keywords are the reserved words of Python. It has a special meaning. That means when these keywords are encountered in a program, the program has to perform some action. Examples are in, or, else, if, and etc. Now next token we are going to learn is operator. Operators are the token that trigger some computation action when applied to variables and other objects in an expression. When we use an operator, some calculation, some execution has to be done. So examples of operators are plus, star, modulus, division operator, etc. Next is identifier. These are the names given by the programmer to different parts of the program, like variables, objects, function, classes, etc. So this is solely depends upon the programmer to give what names to these part of programs. There are some rules for naming an identifier which we will learn later. Now next token is literal. These are data item with fixed value. Examples ABC 235 17.08. So these are like constants we will write directly in the program. Punctuators. Punctuators are the symbols used in programming languages, like bracket, exclamation mark, or inverted comma, etc. Now comments. When your programmer writes a program, he may want to explain about the particular code or about a particular operation in his code. So this explanation can be given using a comment. A comment is a piece of text that explains the purpose of a Python code. So it will not affect the code. That means it will not be executed at any cost. This will be ignored by your programming language. So why we are using this? This is to improve the readability of the code. So how to write a comment? A comment can be written by using the special character hash. If you write hash, In front of any text, that particular text will become a comment. Now let us see what are the data types permitted to use in Python. The data types available in Python are being divided into four categories: number, sequence, sets, and maps. Under number category, there are integer data type, floating point data type, Boolean data type, and complex data type. Under the sequence category, there are strings, list, and tuples. Under the map category, there is dictionary. Let us look into the data types in detail. First data type we are going to learn is number data type. Number data type is used for storing the numerical values. And the numerical values is been again classified into three different types of data types in Python. First one is integer. So this data type int, this data type is used for storing integer numbers, that is the numbers without fractional part. Then float. Float is for storing floating point values, the numbers with fractional part. Complex numbers like 4 plus 6i, y minus 2i, etc. can be stored using complex data type. Now next data type is Boolean data type. Boolean is a subtype of integer, and Boolean data type has only two values, true and false. The next data type we are learning is sequence data type. Sequence is an ordered collection of items. Ordered collection means what? In sequence data type, all the items are sequentially arranged, or all the items are indexed. All the items have an index number associated with it. There are three types of sequence data type in Python. First one is string. Second one is list. Third is tuple. If you see in string data type, S equal to hello world. This H is indexed as 0, and for E the index value is 1. Like that, all the characters have an index value associated with it. The data type set. Set is an unordered collection of items separated by comma. So here for example you can see 1 comma new 23.56. These all are of different types. So all these are arranged in one variable. Mapping. Mapping is an unordered data type, and under mapping we are learning dictionary. Dictionary stores data in key value pairs. So when we learned about strings, list and tuples, we were talking about there is an index number associated with all the values inside a list or inside a string or inside a tuple. Now in dictionary, index numbering is not there. Instead of index numbering, key is used for reference to give reference to each value. Example is D1, colon ENG 2 colon maths 3 colon physics. Here ENG, maths and physics are the values, and 1, 2, 3 are the keys. So this is the end of this module. Soon I will be joining back with other modules. So bye for now. Let us meet again.